Somebody had to clean this theater up. Did you notice anything strange stuck to the chairs? Oh. Well, Joe Bob, why don't you show them what we've done?
Really?
Or do we save that for the movie?
No, do it.
Is there anyone?
Do it.
Is there anyone in the audience tonight who does not know what William Castle did when he first showed the Tingler? Is there anyone who has not heard the story? Is not familiar with the legend?
There's a couple people back there we need to tell them. Tell us the story, but not that long though.
I mean, we only have all night, Dorsey.
Well, Professor, I think you know.
Only have all night. So.
You know the precise moment in the William Castle movie
in which the button is pressed?
Yes.
If I press this button enough, half the girls in this audience are going to squeal. Maybe you should press that button.
Show, don't tell.
Or do we save it?
There seem to be two buttons here, Professor.
Well, I know they're kind of hard. I know the
Do
button's
it.
kind of
We're
hard
gonna
to
keep
find on
checking.
these ladies, but like having two buttons, that must be great. Now that's some science I could get behind.
All right.
And in front of.
Why don't I just introduce the movie and then we will
Do that too.
we will
Do that
titillate the
too.
audience. Our first movie is William Castle's most famous promotion, Vincent Price, in the 1959 classic, The Tingler. And it's also the first time William Castle himself ever appeared on screen. And it's the first time anyone took LSD on screen. Vincent Price's scene in which he takes LSD to study the effects of fear on the human body is one of those priceless moments that made him into an icon of horror. And the creature itself, a giant lobster with slimy feelers that supposedly grows on the human spine when you feel fear, is one of those improbable creatures that made horror history. The movie was the first time William Castle had full creative control as both producer and director, and so he spent his money wisely. $400,000 on the movie itself, $250,000 more on sending technical teams to theaters all over the country to wire them for creature effects. Now, only a total movie nerd like Professor Morte would still have the technical devices that were installed on the seats of theaters all over America in 1959. I think we all know what those creature effects were, but just in case there are a few of you who don't know, you will know in a few minutes. I don't think anyone here needs to be introduced to Vincent Price, the classical actor out of St. Louis. Anybody from St. Louis here tonight? Do you guys honor Vincent Price? Have you put up a statue of Vincent Price in St. Louis? No, you have not. All right. If you have not seen this movie before, you may end up wondering about some of the supporting cast. Vincent Price plays a doctor, coroner, medical examiner. They don't define exactly what his expertise is. He's really kind of a mad scientist who works at the prison and keeps a fully equipped laboratory in his house, and his loyal assistant is played by Darryl Hickman. Darryl Hickman was one of the most famous child actors in the 1940s, but he had fallen on hard times by 1959, and that's how he ended up in a cheap William Castle movie on the Columbia lot. Darryl Hickman debuted in 1937 in The Prisoner of Zenda when he was 6 years old, and then he had worked with every star in Hollywood, singing and dancing with Bing Crosby in The Star Maker, playing the young boy in the Joan family opposite Henry Fonda in The Grapes of Wrath, working with Mickey Rooney and Spencer Tracy in Men of Boys Town, Judy Garland in Meet Me in St. Louis, working well into his teens in movies like Any Number Can Play in 1949, and then hitting that brick wall when he turned 18, causing him to go into a deep depression and struggle the rest of his life trying to get back into the big time. So to make matters worse, His younger brother became a big television star, Dwayne Hickman, on a popular series called The Many Loves of Dobie Gillis between 1959 and 1963. And Daryl was reduced to badly written guest spots playing, you guessed it, the older brother of the more famous Dobie Gillis. The one great thing that came out of the Tingler for Daryl Hickman was that his love interest in the movie, Lucy, played by Pamela Lincoln, became his love interest in real life. And the two of them were married that same year, and they raised 2 children together in New York City while Pamela starred in a CBS soap opera called Love of Life, and Daryl turned to producing. And we lost both of them recently, actually. Pamela died in 2019 at age 82, and Daryl died just last year at the age of 92. So that's the happy couple in the movie, playing the sister of Vincent Price's wife, and the man she's in love with, who is Vincent's lab assistant. But I also wanted to mention 3 other actors you may not be familiar with. Judith Evelyn plays Martha, the deaf mute used as a human guinea pig by Vincent Price. Informed consent wasn't a big thing in Vincent Price's doctoral training. Judith Evelyn was a Canadian actress who starred on Broadway during World War II, and then her big film role was Miss Lonely Hearts in Hitchcock's Rear Window. Then I wanted to mention Patricia Cutts. Patricia Cutts plays Vincent Price's murderous wife, Isabel. She was born in London, was 33 years old at the time of the movie, best known for doing a lot of American TV, like the quiz show hosted by Groucho Marx. But she was also the first actress to play Blanche Hunt on Coronation Street, which is the longest running soap opera in the world. But she managed to do only 2 episodes as Blanche Hunt before committing suicide with sleeping pills at her flat in Chelsea in 1974 at the age of only 46. And then last but not least, Martha's husband, the owner of the silent film theater in the movie, is Philip Coolidge. He only had 15 film roles, but he was really well known as a great theater actor and a theater director. He was in the original production of Thornton Wilder's Our Town and starred in Darkness at Noon and The Gambler on Broadway. He would die in 1967 after a 3-decade career, almost all of it on the Broadway stage. I should also point out that in 1959, America was going through a horror boom. In 1957, there were 52 horror films released. In 1958, there were 75 horror films released. And in 1959, there were more than 100 released, including 4 Vincent Price films, 2 of which were William Castle mega hits, House on Haunted Hill and The Tingler. And William Castle was finally becoming famous after almost 2 decades as one of the house directors at Columbia Pictures. And in fact, he was so famous after this movie came out that henceforth the opening night of a Castle film became known as a screameer. So before I launch our screameer, let me remind you that everybody who wants to participate in the costume contest, and I hope that everybody that's wearing a costume should come to the stage during the closing credits of the Tingler. And is there anything else you want to add, Professor Morte, before we go to the drive-in totals?
No, I think we covered it all.
Okay, maybe we should go. I know what we have to go over, Professor. I'm surprised you didn't bring this up. We have to go over the scientific Tingler rules. Medical science has proven these to be verifiable. 1, the Tingler exists in every human being. 2, the Tingler is a solid mass extending from the coccyx to the cervicals. Darcy, could you indicate where the coccyx and the cervicals are?
No.
Okay. 3, the Tingler is energized by fear, which gives it strength and causes it to spread along the spinal column. And 4, the only thing that can stop it from spreading along the spinal column is screaming. That prevents it from bending the spinal column. So if you know what's good for you tonight in the Texas Theater, you will scream your heads off. And we have 3 dead bodies. 0 breasts because time, people. William Castle would have done it really good. One
We'll
beast.
get boobs later, don't worry.
One beast, one off-screen electric chair execution, one shattered spinal column, one psychosomatic sight of blood blackout, multiple scientific experimentation without informed consent, one bad acid trip, spousal gaslighting, axe flinging, gratuitous silent movie from 1921, Tingler foo. How many Academy Award nominations for? Vincent Price as Dr. Warren Chapin, who says, "The Tingler is in the theater." Patricia Cutts as the super bitch wife who says, "I know a wonderful psychiatrist with a perfectly divine straitjacket, just your size." And William Castle, the director and producer, for saying, "A scream at the right time may save your life." 4 stars. Joe Buck says, check it out.